Okay, go.
What's up, everybody? This is Jopper Papa Pumpenizai, aka the man with the 8.5-inch reach, if you know what I mean. With my main man, John DeMett. Maz, how you doing, brother?
Yo, man, I'm doing pretty good today. I'm a little under the weather, but I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah, you make it happen, just like you made something else happen in the bathroom.
Number 2.
Yeah. So what's new with you, bud?
Not too much, man. I'm a little under the weather. I've been traveling a hell of a lot for work, so I've been racking up some serious freaking flyer miles. Went on a few vacations. You know, it's been summer. We've been kind of taking a break from our normal podcast, but I've been nonstop traveling. I'm not even going to go into the list of all the countries that I was in, but if you want, I can give it to you.
Well, give me the top 3, the ones that made your boner the hardest.
Switzerland.
You found love in Switzerland?
Found love and hope this place.
I love it.
What else did I go that was interesting? Germany was pretty cool. And,
What part of Germany were you
in? Frankfurt.
in? I hear that place sucks.
Yo, that sucks so bad they bombed the shit out in World War II.
Oh, shit.
You heard about that little known skirmish. And then I went to Japan back in June for my B-Day.
Oh, man, that's fucking awesome. That's actually the place I want to go to more than anywhere else.
You should go. I mean, if you like places with no crime or low crime, places where people don't get shot or stabbed, if you're worried about being raped, that's always a good place to start at.
And women don't have rights there.
No, they definitely do.
Damn it. Kidding.
I mean, Japan's just a really cool place, especially if you're into martial arts. I've been fortunate to train a few times while I was over there. And if you like some of the old, temples and castles and all those kind of things, you could definitely go and get a lot of culture, as well as get like super shit hammered if that's what you're into, and see like Robot Restaurant and some super galactic dance party acid drunk booze show with chicks that look like strippers but aren't.
It's always a good time. So now, we're talking about a few topics out there right now. Currently, a lot of people know about Chael Sonnen.
Well, actually, let's talk about relaunching the podcast.
Oh, good point. Let's go over that first.
So, September 1st, we kind of taken like an abbreviated schedule for the summer because we've been both working and going crazy. As you can tell, I haven't even been in the country. But September 1st, we're relaunching the podcast. This is the one, our relaunch. We got some awesome guests coming up. We have one of our good friends, Marissa Savino, who's sponsored by RTN Nutrition. We have, who else are we going to get on the podcast?
We had Zach Evanesh from the Underground Strength Gym, I should say.
And Zach Evanesh is a world-class strength and conditioning coach. He works with a ton of athletes from wrestling and all kinds of combative sports. You work with him for a few fights, right?
Definitely. We got Gabriel Varga. He currently won the Contender Tournament for Glory, as well as... we also had another jerk-off on, right? Who was that? I can't even remember.
I don't know. You gotta look in the archives here.
And by the way, and when I say jerk-off, I mean friend.
Bullshit.
So, yes, everything's coming back together with the podcast. We thank you guys for being patient with us because we do have lives outside of this. Everything we do on this podcast comes directly out of our pockets. So we kind of had to save up some money and do our thing, but we're back and we're going to give you the best product ever, which is... if you pay us $5, we'll probably give you a rub and tug.
More shit talking.
You know it.
But the good thing is that we got some awesome guests. Thank you to our fans. We've had some hits and downloads in over 75 different countries. We've amassed thousands of downloads, so we're excited. And we've done this all grassroots by ourselves. No sponsorships, no corporations, just Facebook, Bag on Muay Thai, Instagram, official BGMT, and our YouTube page. So thank you very much. So let's start today. A lot of news in mixed martial arts, especially with all kinds of supplements. One of the big names that's been getting around is Chael Sonnen. Chael was popped and tested. I mean, he had a litany of different stuff in him. He had test, EPO, growth hormone, I don't know, a few other things.
Well, it's always such conflicting stories because the first thing I heard that was he was on prescription medication such as Clomid and an anti-estrogen blocker. And in my opinion, I know a lot of these things got blocked, even with the doctor's script. But this guy, he admits he ravaged his body with steroids and everything like that. And he said the best quote ever. He's not going to go to a doctor and say, hey, I feel like shit. Give me stuff that makes me feel worse. He's going to say, hey, what can you do to make me feel better? And that's what he did. And I think the cool thing about him is he's not denying it. He's not running from it, unlike a lot of other people like Vanderlei Silva who ran out during his drug test.
Vitor, Overeem.
All these guys basically pretending that they're not on it Chael doesn't deny it, and that's why, in my opinion, he's such a badass, because they're all on it. I don't care what anybody says. Chris Weidman, all those jerk-offs are on something, and when they pretend to not be on it, it's a load of bullshit.
Well, do you think that since everybody is on something, you have to be on something to compete with everybody else? So, if you're not taking some sort of performance-enhancing drug, PED, is your career going to suffer, or are you going to lose a shitload of money? I mean, you compete on the amateur level where they don't even test people. I'm sure you've probably fought against somebody who was on a performance-enhancing drug.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there was guys you would see who, one fight, they'd have no abs, and the next fight, they come back and they look like freaking Hercules.
By next fight, do you mean like in a kumite?
In a kumite with, headbands on and everything. No, but honestly, you do kind of have to even the playing field, because the winner of each fight gets a $5,000 bonus. So wouldn't you take that extra step to make sure you get that $5,000 bonus, that win bonus?
$5,000 bonus. I mean, and if you're talking in elite level mixed martial arts, you're talking millions of dollars, because you're talking sponsorship, pay-per-views, people that buy your T-shirt, people that download, or people that drink your shitty protein shake, or whatever supplements or whatever you're pushing.
Every win gets you probably 50 more personal clients or members of your gym. It's huge. You have to win. If you lose, you know what? It's gonna hurt you. And you look at these guys. The first fight I couldn't believe, watching was Sean Sherk versus who's that? What's that guy's name? The one where they both got busted for steroids. It was Sean Sherk, and he used to be Pellegrino's jiu-jitsu partner from Florida.
Oh,
Herpes Franca.
Herpes Franca.
And I'm watching that fight going, wow, these guys went to war for 5 rounds. It was literally like they both had gas tanks that never ended. Then next thing you hear, they're both on steroids. And that was how many years ago?
It's got to be at least 5 or 6 years ago.
That was at least 5 or 6 years ago.
But even looking in Pride, those guys were like encouraged. Well, they didn't encourage steroid use, but they said like
they turned a blind eye to it.
Yeah, we don't test.
Yeah, exactly.
So what did you have? You had the elite of elite fighters that were juiced out of their fucking minds. They all look like action figures and superheroes, and they put together some of the greatest super fights and fights of all time.
And realistically, you want these guys to put on good fights. You want these guys to be better than the amateurs. Well, they need to be able to train with the volume and frequency that they're going to be able to put on the performances that you're going to enjoy. So in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with them taking steroids and stuff. If they're all taking it, it's an even playing field. Think about it. Lance Armstrong was on stuff.
So, but the problem is several questions deep. What is the long-term liability and effects of this? Like, say you have a business operation and you're encouraging people to do some things are illegal, correct? Some steroids are illegal. Some steroids are legal, correct? Right?
Mm-hmm.
But looking down line, you're in a combative sport, a pugilistic sport. You're almost condoning brain trauma.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, here's the whole thing. If these guys want to make money, they need to perform at their highest level, right? They don't care the effects that they're having on their body, because they
get paid.
Yeah, get paid. So I look at it this way. We're not creating any other avenue for them to make money in the future, so they gotta collect now. They gotta basically be like squirrels, collect their nuts during freaking winter, before winter, and then just like hibernate. So that's the whole situation. We're creating a world for them that they need to make the money now, because later on they're gonna be shit out of luck.
Yeah, and guess what? A lot of these guys end up fucking washed up fighters and that can't do anything but fight, and now they have brain damage. What do you think about Chael being allowed, or the athletic commission wanting to fine him for competing in a grappling match that has nothing to do with fighting, that doesn't even require a fight license or clearance from the athletic commission?
See, that to me is idiotic. That's like saying, I can't play basketball because, I got caught with performance-enhancing drugs. I can't play, street hoops. That makes no sense. Metamoris is not MMA. It's a completely different game. And realistically, you saw what happened. Chael's on performance-enhancing stuff, and did he win?
How about Andre Gaval? That guy's friggin' shred mode. He's jacked. No, I don't know what acai he's drinking, but he's a pretty big dude as well. I'm not saying he is or is not performance-enhancing drugs. Some dudes are just naturally have a sick physique, but you know, who's to say that some of those guys in the top tier BJJ aren't taking anything either? I mean, those guys train hard as shit, just like any other professional fighter, and it's way, way less paid. I mean, I bet you some guys probably are barely squeaking out a living besides their gym. Those guys are, could potentially. There's a lot of money at stake.
Yeah, I think that for them to fine him was completely out of the line. I mean, he got fined in one sport, and you're going to transfer it over to something else. It just doesn't make sense. You can't fine somebody because they're trying to take part in another sport because you told them they can't compete for 2 years now.
I mean, that's bullshit. They're taking away that guy's ability to make a living. I mean, he's been in some other troubles, but, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I guarantee you do a random test like they did to Chael. You do a random test to all these guys when they're, like, peak into their training camp. You're gonna expose all of them. I don't care if it's GSP or John Jones, you're going to expose them.
I mean, but what's the solution now? UFC wants to do this testing where they could come knock on your door and have this crazy chain of custody with a briefcase with handcuffs on it, and they come and give you administer this test, and it's like a $45,000 test. Is that all for show? Is that a waste of money?
It's absolutely for show. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. It's kind of stupid. It's like back in the day with the WWF when Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon had an issue because Vince McMahon was getting sued for steroids.
Like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it's like, no shit. Vince McMahon knew it. They know who's giving the steroids. You don't think Uncle Dana's giving everybody the doctor's name that kind of will write you off and give you a script? Of course he is. Get out of here. I hate that whole, acting innocent bullshit. We all know that he plays a role in it, and if he doesn't, he can, suck my dick for being a liar.
Holy shit. Now, I just pulled up ShareDog.com. I was looking at a few different things, and I was seeing that, these guys are your weight, TJ Dillashaw and Hannon Barral. Dude, how are those guys cutting out at 135 is what I want to know.
Well, it's a mixture of diuretics, clenbuterol, probably T3. I'm very well read on it because I work at a bodybuilding gym, guys, and for lack of better words, it's everywhere.
Everybody.
Everybody. They try to even keep that place as clean as possible, but no matter where you go, steroids are going to leak. And these people who, when they're not fighting, they're 170, and then when they fight at 135. There's tricks of the trade. There's something more Mike Dolce is doing than the 3 weeks to shredded, if you know what I mean.
I mean, look at Anthony Rumble Johnson. That guy was walking around like well over 200 pounds and cutting down to 170 or... I mean, he did miss weight a few times, but even to get close to it, that's... I don't know. I find it kind of ridiculous.
Let's just say this. I don't care how clean your diet is. If you're meant to be a certain weight, you can't fight genetics. You can't fight genetics naturally. I mean... without your body just saying F you and falling apart. Alright, so what we got next? Let's keep on this UFC rant we're doing. We got Weidman versus Belfort. How do you feel about that?
Weidman versus Belfort, obviously we know one of the reasons why... Well, this is the thing. Remember in steroids and baseball, and everybody was saying, these steroids are making baseball players so much better. Well, I agree, yes, in a certain way, but to me... the performance-enhancing drugs still can't... They can't make you a better...
They can't make you a better fighter.
They can't make you a better fighter. They can't give you more heart. I don't think, to hit a baseball is a special skill. Like throwing a punch and being accurate is a special skill. So these performance-enhancing drugs, in my opinion, aren't making these guys better fighters.
Not at all.
So, do those guys hit like trucks? Yeah, fucking A, they do. But, to me, now, are they... going to be the same athlete without the performance-enhancing drugs? Are they going to have the same cardio, the same strength, and all these things? I think Weidman. I like Weidman because he's a little bit more well-rounded. Maybe he doesn't have the jiu-jitsu skills that Vitor Belfort has, but I think in some of these kind of stylistic matchups, I think his wrestling's better. I mean, the guy is premier wrestler. He comes from one of the best wrestling pedigrees. Is he taking Vitor down the whole fight, ground and pounding him?
Here's the thing. Anderson Silva is supposed to have really good takedown defense. Chris Weidman made him look like a joke. And if you look at everybody that Chris Weidman has gone against, I haven't seen anybody take Lyoto Machida down like Weidman did. And
he did get beat up in that one round a little bit, but he put 4 rounds of hurt on Machida.
Yeah, and you know what? At that caliber, all you need to do is kind of be 10% less in one round to get smacked up. But for the most part, Weidman did what he had to do and put on a wrestling clinic on Lyoto Machida. And Vitor Belfort's takedown defense, in my opinion, is not better than Lyoto Machida's.
And he's got 2 new knees.
And yeah, exactly. So, in my opinion, Vitor Belfort, if he catches him early, it's going to be great. If it goes past the second round, it's over.
Well, what do you think about? Have you seen those pictures of the TRT Vitor on TRT, and now that he's cycling off? Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen it. What's the difference?
Oh man, he is way more. He's way more trim. That's for sure. So
like not as muscular.
Not as muscular. His neck is smaller, and I mean, I don't think cutting to 185 is going to be a big deal for him. So I don't know. I like Weidman. He's a New York dude. We're from New Jersey. I like his attitude. I like his work ethic. He's a damn good wrestler. I mean, he trains with some awesome jiu-jitsu guys too. So I don't see him getting submitted. And he's after the little bit of beating that Machida put on him with his hands, I don't see him getting knocked out. It looks like he's fucking got like a granite chin.
Yeah, like I said, if Vitor is gonna win, it's gonna be in the first or second round. But if it goes past the second, it's over. I mean, I've got my money on Weidman.
Who do you think's cardio is gonna be better?
Oh, Weidman. I mean, Weidman's a wrestler. Those guys. I mean, their cardio is literally just infinite.
I you know, not to put anything on Vitor, I mean, the guy's a fucking stud. He's been around in the game a long time, and he's got a pretty tough training camp down there at the Black Zillions.
Yeah, I've always been a huge fan of Vitor Belfort. I mean, since the day I saw him beat up Scott Feroza and Tank Abbott, I mean, that guy was like my hero. But there's just something that Weidman has right now, and that's he's the new champion, he's hungry, and you just can't put a price on that. When you have that much determination, I mean, he just said his quality of life has changed completely now that he's UFC champ. He's not going to let that go.
Then do you think since he's got a little bit of swagger now, since he's already defended the belt once against Anderson Silva and then another time against Machida, do you think that becomes a big play as having, you being a fighter, having like that experience in like the bigger fights? Now it's, you know, it's not as mind-blowing as it was the first time.
Oh yeah, I mean, Vitor has fought some of the best, but the difference is Weidman's the guy who dethroned Silva.
And nobody's ever done that.
Nobody's ever done that. So now that he's proven that it's not a fluke, and that he beat the